What would you do if success was already yours? This is Yuki, a teacher who walked into the most competitive school in Tokyo with a dangerous idea. Her students were ranked, stressed, and competing constantly, and most had given up. On her first day, she made an announcement that shocked everyone. Parents and administrators called it participation trophy madness. But what happened next proved that fear of failure doesn't create excellence, it creates performance. And this story is for you. Yuki arrived at Sakura Academy, a school where students were ranked daily and stress was a badge of honor. Most students had stopped trying not because they couldn't succeed, but because they were afraid to fail. On her first morning, Yuki walked into her classroom carrying nothing but a smile and a radical idea. She wrote on the board, "Everyone starts with an A+. Now, let's see what you do with it." The room went silent. 30 students who had never received a grade they didn't fight for. She explained, "Your only job is to maintain it by growing, not by competing." Within days, parents flooded the principal's office demanding she be fired. They said she was lowering standards, coddling students, destroying academic rigor. But Yuki stood firm and asked for one semester to prove her theory. Back in her classroom, something extraordinary was beginning to happen. Students who never tried before began helping each other instead of competing. Kenji, who hadn't submitted an assignment in 2 years, started a passion project on urban architecture. Students took creative risks they'd never dared before because failure was no longer terrifying. Yuki watched as students discovered something they'd forgotten. Learning could be joyful. Then came the midterm exams, the moment administrators and parents had been waiting for. The results came back, and the administrators fell silent. Yuki's class outperformed every other section in the school, not by a little, but by a lot. Not because of the grade, but because they finally felt safe enough to actually learn. By year's end, Yuki's classroom had become the most requested in the school. Kenji, who once sat in the back hiding, now stood at the front sharing his passion with confidence. After class, Kenji approached Yuki and simply said, "Thank you for letting me try." Yuki realized the A+ was never the point, it was just permission to stop performing and start growing. Because she proved that fear of failure doesn't create excellence, it creates performance, and safety creates growth. If this story reminded you that your worth isn't measured by performance, subscribe for more wisdom that sets you free instead of testing you.